Hi ho, welcome back to Cooking with Otis. What we have here is a 16-pound prime brisket that I'm cooking for my sister. She's giving my niece a going away party for going off to college, and my sister asked me to cook a brisket. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to show you guys in detail what I do as far as when I trim a brisket, season it, inject it, and put it on the grill. So here we go. The first thing I do is inspect it, see if there's any flaps, stuff that I can trim, hard fat that isn't going to render during the cook. I actually cut that off. Anything that looks what they call like a silver piece of fat, that looks kind of silvery, you trim that off. And then any bad portion or anything that doesn't look good, I'll trim off as well. When you trim these, the actual fat cap, you want to leave on about 1/4 of an inch thickness of fat. I tend to leave a little bit more. I like fat on my brisket. It adds a lot of flavor to it, so I don't trim that much fat off of it. And then once it's injected and seasoned, trimmed, injected and seasoned, and then we go ahead and let it sit, marinate, and I will be cooking this on Sunday, early a.m. And then from there, we'll cook it with the fat cap or fat side down, closest to the fire. That way it renders faster, so when we go ahead and wrap, and I flip it back up, all that fat that's been rendering will get right back into the meat. So hang tight, gonna start trimming, and then we'll get into the seasoning after that. Hi-ho. So the trimming is done. I trimmed off roughly about 3.5 to 4.5 pounds, well, 4 pounds of fat. Technically, again, you want to keep a 1/4 inch layer of fat. I like to keep mine a little bit thicker. I like fat on my brisket. So I'm gonna go ahead and season, which I've already done, but next thing you want to do is to go ahead and season it. You can take a look online on how to season your brisket. I do a couple different things, but here, take a look. Okay, wasn't that wonderful? Now, it's time to go ahead and get ready to throw it on the grill in the morning. I'll be back here again around 3:33 a.m. and we're gonna throw this brisket on. It's gonna probably take about anywhere from 12 to 14 hours to cook. See you then, Cooking with Otis. Okay, we've been cooking for quite some time now, and at some point the brisket needs to get to 165, 170 degrees, that's when you know it's time to take it off and wrap it. The reason why I think wrapping is great in butcher paper, it protects the meat from being overly smoked. Some people like to wrap in foil. I like butcher paper. I don't really know if there's that much of a difference. There's a whole bunch of tests. You can go look at it online on YouTube videos, foil versus butcher paper or whatever, but I use butcher paper. So now it's gotten up to 165 degrees all over, and then we go ahead and wrap it in butcher paper and put it back on. At that point, once it's back on, after a couple hours, we need to get it to a temperature of 203, 205, 206. That's where I like to get it. And then you pull it off and you wrap it in towels and you let it sit for an hour or two, because it's going to still be cooking in itself, and you want to render all that fat and juice and let it be pulled back into the meat. So here we go. All right, it's 165, 170 degrees. It's time to pull it off. We're gonna wrap it in butcher paper and put it back on. That's where we're at right now. Wow, over 12 hours. Okay, so I'm running late. My sister is upset. I'm running so late, but hey, if you want perfection and good tasting brisket, you're gonna have to deal. So, and I don't cook brisket the day before and then serve it the day after. You have to warm it up. That's just not gonna work. So anyways, I'm late. I gotta run out of here. What you're about to see is probably gonna be some craziness, and it's the results of the brisket. What I did was I take it off, left it in butcher paper, and I wasn't gonna take my towels out there, so I wrapped it in foil. So I put the butcher paper wrapped brisket in foil and wrapped it all in foil tightly and put it in. So this brisket's probably gonna fall apart instead of being able to be sliced because of everything that I just did as far as double wrapping it in foil instead of towels. So here we go. You're gonna hear a lot of craziness from my family. Good luck. Here we go.
Ooh, that looks very tender. Where's your commentary?
I don't have one. I gotta flip it later.
Look at the producer in the background.
It sounds like you want to do it.
Yeah, let her do it. Let her do it. Let her do it.
Come on, Marissa, you gotta get this angle.
No, I'm talking about
Marissa, come here. Come here. Now she don't want to do it.
now she don't want to do it.
Keep playing.
Oh, look, it's falling apart. Let me do it.
Come this angle. Come this angle.
cut it. The fat is on the bottom side.
Don't worry about it. Just cut it to it. There you go. You got it.
Oh, we got cooking with Otis up in here. Look at it. Look at this over here. Look how tender and juicy this is. Look at that. Can y'all see this? Falling apart. Look at that. Look at that crust. And then as you get closer, let me give you a close-up. Let me give you a close-up.
Tell me if it's too salty or not. I hope it's not salty.
Look at that. Look at the juices. Oh, look at the expression. Look at the expression. She looks happy. Cooking with Otis over here. Y'all better not let them know. Let them know you cooking with Otis.
Shredding.
That's okay. She likes to shred it. That's fine.
This so tender and shredded. Look at that.
I got it. Let me move him out the way here.
All right, look at that. Look, let me just get one more close up at all them juices. Look at all them juices.
Okay, if you stuck around this long, thank you for watching. That's my crazy family. I'm back home. I'm tired. That whole cook was almost 14 hours, and they enjoyed it. Unfortunately, my sister shredded it like it was a piece of pork butt. Instead of trying to slice it, she just pulled it apart. And that's disrespecting the brisket, but whatever. She paid for it. That's what she wanted to do. So I'm glad they enjoyed it. I'm glad you stuck around. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back again. Stay tuned, and Cooking with Otis.